One day later. One day later. Oh yeah,
Toodaloo, motherfucker!
I don't know Wade personally, but from watching his case, I believe he is 100% innocent.
He is going to get the death penalty if we don't do anything.
Signed by a vote of 9-3 that Wade Wilson should be sentenced to death.
We need to free him now.
My nose to the ground and really just focus on fighting everything that I can for Wade behind the scenes because there's a lot going down.
Who did he do the interview with?
This guy jumpsuit Pablo, who's been a fucking problem. Fucking asshole about shit. Like, asshole.
Oh, I'm the asshole. I killed 0 people.
So I got back in the car, and that's when he started strangling me. And when I heard that that's how he killed those women, I was like, this is like his MO. This is what he does.
Christine and I have been friends since we were in high school.
Where did the two of you meet?
In Illinois, where we grew up.
No, she always had everybody's back. She just had that personality that was really magnifying. She had this really loud laugh that you could hear it like a mile away.
Stage full name. My name is Wade Stephen Wilson. Hey.
You see photos of him, his teeth are falling out, he's losing his health. He's gaining rapid amount of weight from his unhealthy diet, from all of the money he's raised and is spending on candy and honey buns and chips.
I just got off work. You guys will never believe what just happened. My daughter just told me her best friend Brittany heard my voice on freaking the Wade Wilson documentary. And like last year I was out like doing a bunch of videos, and why did they put me on there? Like, do you know those Wade wives are insane? And now, I guess they already knew I was talking shit anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But yeah, but now more of them know, so. But I changed my ad, so maybe I'll be safe. But I'm going to put a post. I'm going to put a clip right now. Listen, look at how.
Insane. So many names, so many girls.
The Wade wives are like saying the same thing to all these other women.
These girls must feel so silly right now.
They went at each other.
How can I explain myself? It ain't my fault, my bad, my sorry. I got my own.
He believes there is poison chemicals being pumped into his events by God knows who to take him out.
YouTube streets. Ronnie Blue Eyes, man. What up, y'all, man? YouTube Streets Podcast. We in the building. Ronnie Blue Eyes is here. We got a special guest, Pino, here. DBS is on the way. What up, Ronnie?
What up, what up, what up?
How you feeling, man?
Coolin', no fooling, reppin' Newland. What's good with you?
How you feeling, P.O. Vic?
Coolin', no fooling, reppin' Newland. What he said.
Yeah,
boy.
Yeah. That's good. That's that New England shit. My guy.
All right, so tonight we're going to be talking about this Wade Wilson documentary that dropped on Paramount 2 days ago. We let a couple days go by to give our full reaction. When DVS comes up, we're going to react to the producers talking about it. And yeah, honestly, I'll get y'all's opinion. Pino, I don't even know if you even seen it yet. I don't even know why I got you up here.
I've seen bits and pieces. I'm not paying to see it though, if that's what you're asking.
Hey, a lot of people feel like you, Pino, because they feel like this documentary did not represent the victims the way it should have. But go ahead.
I mean, I watched the Law and Crime, the one that Law and Crime dropped, I think day before yesterday. I've also watched bits and pieces from TikTok here and there, but there's nothing that we don't already know. I mean, we already knew a lot of these Wade wives were compulsive liars. The doc is doing nothing but proving that to be correct. We already knew they were psychotic. The doc proves that to be correct. I mean, it's everything we already know is already in the doc. You see what I'm saying? Like, it was no revealing information to me to be able to say, hey, I'm gonna pay $10 or $20 to go watch Paramount Plus about Wade Wilson.
Yeah, it's funny you say, the women are liars, but really, really one that got more airtime than she should have got, because we're going to talk about. I made a little graphic chart here. What really happened? First thing is, Allie received excessive screen time, over excessive, to the point where we already proved this multiple times, y'all, and it goes back to Zav Girl. Salute to Zav Girl. She's the one that showed that Allie, on the messages, she communicated with Wade after the trial. So that documentary, her saying, yo, I stopped when I seen Zane up there, total cap. That's not why she fell out with Wade. There's multiple reasons due to him being with other girls, the suit incident, other stuff, not that. She is a liar. That's true. Wade Wilson was a part of this documentary until he was sent to confinement. A lot of people don't know about that. I told Jumpsuit this yesterday, and I believe he made a video on it. Salute to everybody behind the scenes working that are bringing this information. Now, AI was used in this documentary, so we were right about this, Ronnie. AI was used, but it wasn't used in false premises because it was bad audio, so they used AI to
enhance.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I was saying from the jump, right? Like, I think I originally said, I think they did a little bit of both. Like, they used real footage and they enhanced it using AI. So I think they used like 50-50 type shit, or maybe, 90-10, but it was still infused into the, documentary, or the trailer at least.
Now we reached out to Chelsea on TikTok to see if she would come on the YouTube streets. So I'm gonna, when she comes up, I want to, get her narrative, because she came late in this narrative. She's the one with the video of Wade, at the concert. I don't know how long she dated him, but yeah. So we're gonna try to get her on.
Is she still a Wade wife, or is she a former Wade wife?
Well, I didn't like what she said, because look, she says that she doesn't hate Wade. She hates what Wade did, but she doesn't hate Wade. And I think it's immature, in my opinion, and I'm gonna be respectful to her on the live too, but it's immature in my opinion, because you didn't know him long enough to say something strong like that. Now that's something Papa Steve or the real biological mom would say, or even the adopted mom, they would say that. But for you to say it to me, in my opinion, I think it's a little bit premature. But go ahead.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
continue.
subjective. You know what I'm saying? It's not what you say; it's how you say it. So, depending on how she meant it, but I hear what you're saying. You feel me?
Shout out to the officer that sent Wade to confinement, because that officer is solely responsible for Wade not participating in this documentary.
Oh, for sure. So how do you feel about that? Because if Wade Wilson was in this documentary, people would be going at these producers that did this documentary.
Not only would they be going at producers, but you have to understand, with notoriety and fame comes a level of the women, like we've already seen women with psychosis who have this mental illness where they're attracted to the bad guy, the killer, and it would have just given him, more opportunity to reach out to more people. So shout out to the officer that put him in confinement, because the fact that he went to confinement, you can't even get an attorney visit in confinement, brother. The only thing you can do is have your legal mail and a Bible. That's it. So shout out to the officer that put him in confinement. It held him back. It was a W on, the victim's side, not seeing this monster's face, the victim's families, and like Diane's son, not seeing, Wade's face again on TV. Perchance just old clips that they're seeing now. Because if they would have put the cameras to the prison, they would have been seeing new clips, hearing new things. And I mean, it's like a wound, bro. You when you have a wound and you let it heal, you don't wanna dig into the wound and open it back up. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And it's funny you say that. Well, it's not funny, but it's
Right.
crazy you say that because of the Parkland shooters. They're going through the same thing too. They don't want the stuff being brought back up, and it goes with a lot of cases. You know, it is traumatic. And R.I.P. to Christina Diane. I think that's the ultimate thing that we do over here is that we always represent the victims. Purple Hearts in the chat. Jahira has a good point here. I believe Mila, honestly, yeah, everything that she says added up from what she previously said, and we've seen it happen in real time. And on top of that, the only thing that comes to question with Mila was the picture she sent to him. But again, she's a victim at the end of the day, and it's proven fact she's a victim. So.
You know what's crazy, bro? You know how I brought that up in the past, like the word that females attracted to a man that kills or commits crime. It's hybristophilia, right?
Yeah, that's the exact word. Correct.
And it's like it is the phenomenon characterized by sexual interest in and attraction to those who commit crimes, right? But when I was reading up on it, what I found interesting is, like we said with a lot of these Way Whites, like in the intro, the trailer, the documentary, one of them said, I thought I could change him. Like, it's that Captain Save-A-Ho syndrome that comes up repeatedly in this conversation. You know what I mean? I found that very interesting because I literally looked it up and was reading up on it. And a lot of them feel like they could save them or change them. And I was like, yo, that's exactly what we've been saying with the Captain Save-A-Ho shit. So it's hybristophilia, and they're basically not only attracted to murderers, but just criminals in general. And it actually the origins of the word actually comes from ancient Greece.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with being
crazy.
There's nothing wrong with being attracted to a bad boy, but attracted
My
to
point
a psycho is a
Right.
little bit. You know, there's levels to this shit.
For real, like most women attracted to bad boys, dickheads, assholes, whatever. They like a bad guy, like you know what I mean. They're like a bad boy, but a good man, right? And that's all cool. I could dig it. Like I can relate, but it's different when we're talking about a man that is taking the lives of women, of other women who only target other women. He ain't trying to go hand to hand combat with another man. He's targeting women. So for them to still find that attractive, it's kind of crazy. It's like they flirting with danger, but from the comfort of their own home. You know what I'm saying? They try to dance with the devil, but not get too close.
That's a good logic right there, because he'll never touch one of them. He'll never be in contact with anybody
Some
for the
of them
rest
are
of
in
his
other
life.
countries. They know he's locked up in another country that millions of miles away, so they can play with that devil, but from a distance. You feel me?
It's funny you say that too, Ronnie, because I was on X earlier and I was just trying to see what the overall opinion of the people across America, because this isn't shown overseas. And I think that's where they messed up, y'all, because Wade Wilson when it comes to overseas, we know how the overseas women feel about Wade Wilson. They don't look at men that kill women. They look at it all different. You know how it is, Ronnie. Their politics are different over there, and the base for him is big. We've seen it, right?
Yeah.
Now, this person was, because you brought up how, you know, how they try to be Captain Save-A-Ho, right? That's what this lady was saying on X about Mila. Now, I think it's a little bit harsh, but I want to read it out loud because this is people that don't know the case, seen the documentary, and is giving their opinion. And I think it's important. So this chick Mila, and quote, because this is not me in my opinion. I'm reading this, right? So this chick Mila was desperate and dateless. She was with this psycho, and she knew he was a psycho. Oh yeah, he said he killed somebody and threw him in a lake, and he was in a gay relationship trying to kill them. Girls stop. Wade Wilson, handsome devil, charming killer. Now, obviously, I think this person's from overseas, the way that they written this out. But I'm just saying, this is what people are perceiving already. Like it's crazy, and it's not even right. I don't think.
Propaganda.
Propaganda
is the correct word.
Yeah.
Well, let's show something real quick that documentary didn't show, because honestly, when we dropped this video, 18 wives that are obsessed with Wade, you know, because they made the video, we just showed it. I think we need to refresh ourselves. So let's play this.
Glamorizing serial killers. Has there ever, just once, been someone who has tasteful design sensibilities and Photoshop skills? I mean, look at these creations. So gaudy and tacky, every last one. Maybe I should make one. But look, I get it. You're not insane. You're not going to join some fan club full of Wade wives. So you can show your support by picking up some merch over here at WadeWilsonMerch.com. Again, back to the comment about tasteful design, right? Can you imagine walking around town wearing one of these? Or this?
Miss Crystal Maynard. I don't know Wade personally, but from watching his case, I believe he is 100% innocent.
He is going to get the death penalty if we don't do anything. I'm sorry if I look crazy, but we need to free him now.
By looking at the videos and all these people saying that he done this, I honestly think he was set up.
Honestly, I'm on Wade Wilson's side. And if you have a problem with that, please come and see me. No one deserves death penalty at all. You guys are just murderers. Like, you're no better at all. The government is fucked up. If you have a problem with me being on Wade Wilson's side, you can come see me because I have no issues with that.
I definitely believe that Wade Wilson needs to be heard. He needs help. I don't think he deserved the death penalty. So therefore, I'm signing for him to be released. And hopefully, I wish him the best. And hopefully, there's more people helping him in this way, trying to get him out of where he's at now. Yeah, definitely, he needs help.
I was thinking this person probably needs some more advice because there's no evidence to say he's guilty. This needs shared to sign this petition, read this story that they're telling to see what you think, but share this, please sign it so they have an extra chance to be living on the outside.
I don't believe he needs to be put to death. Prison will be enough for him. But death, it's just not right. I know a lot of people who have done things. I just think that this young man needs a chance. Just give him a chance.
Yes, I signed the petition to save Wade Wilson's life. I believe that y'all don't have enough evidence. I believe all y'all have is hearsay, and I believe that you're not supposed to take anybody else's life.
Check private
Nobody
chat,
should
Pino.
kill anybody but God. I think he needs to be on medication and he needs some help. And going to prison and going to jail is not going to help. And that's it. Thank you.
So a serial killer kills repetitively, and Wade possibly killed these two women, but it was at one time, so he had to have snapped. And I just believe that he needs help and no death penalty.
Da-dun, da-dun.
I feel like you should spare Wade Wilson's life because he has mental issues. And it appears that he has used drugs as self-medicating. So he should be given the chance to get help, not killed. If he was given life, then he would be able to possibly get the help that he needs. I don't feel like killing him is the best answer.
I deserve Wade Wilson deserves to live because he was on drugs, and drugs can do shit to you that fucks you up. I deserve deserves a second chance. It's not his fault. He has mental disabilities, and mental disorders, and I feel bad for him, and I understand what he did was wrong, but he deserves a second chance, and it's not fair that Jeffrey Dahmer gets more years in prison without being killed, and he doesn't.
I hope Wade Wilson doesn't get the death penalty. He deserves to get mental health treatment. That's all I hope for.
Death is not the end. This man deserves to get the help he deserves now. Forgiveness, but if you kill him now, he may incarnate into a different body and continue the same acts of violence.
I signed the petition as Kendra Martinez. I do not think Wade Wilson deserves the death penalty. I think everyone deserves a second chance. I think he deserves redemption.
I full-heartedly believe that there is more to this story than people want to believe. This man does not deserve to die. He deserves to be heard and deserves a chance to fix his wrongdoings.
I signed the petition because I don't feel he deserves death. He has a long history of mental illness, and for some reason, mental illness is not taken as seriously as it should be, as knowing someone who has schizophrenia, who had schizophrenia, and
This bitch is diagnosing with something
other
random.
mental illnesses, and he doesn't deserve death for not getting the help he deserves. I signed the petition.
Hi. I don't think that Mr. Wilson should get the death penalty. I don't believe in that death penalty anyway
Mr.
in any country.
Wilson.
There's a lot of people in there that's done worse crimes. Well, I know his crime wasn't good either, but they never got the death penalty, and I don't understand why he should. I just think that
I've signed the petition because I do not agree with Wade Wilson getting the death penalty. So hopefully he doesn't, and you get enough signatures for this.
I know, right? I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, what? You know, that needs to be shown. It need to be shown again.
100%. Because in the past, it's like we kind of came into this shit blind, but now that we're kind of hit to the shits, we have a whole new perspective. Respectfully. But yeah, that's a lot.
Wow.
That's a lot to take in, bro. You ain't never lied.
Every one of them bitches is retarded. God damn.
No, Chris, Kansas City, you're good in the chat. It's just when people come in and promote other people's lives, don't spam the chat. Now let's continue.
Yeah, we don't do that shit.
Let's continue. So we know. Okay, so for a fact, Wade Wilson back in the day did this same crime without the murder of molesting somebody that was back in the day, right? He did this. He went on trial, and he actually won the trial. Like, the jury found him not guilty, right? And then he went on to do it again. We see Kelly, and I'm not gonna lie, man. Kelly, I've watched a couple interviews. Everything Kelly is saying has been the same so far. You know, it's been the same thing that she's been saying. So I don't know, man. It's crazy that he didn't get found guilty back then in Leon County. And if the cop would have took Kelly seriously, these crimes most likely wouldn't have happened. He probably would have done something crazy later down the road. He would have been out, right? Like, eventually. But honestly, the cop ignored Kelly when she came to the cops saying that he did this to her.
I mean,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it was. They should have. I want to say they should have given him more time, but I don't know. It was. I mean, you gotta have something in you, bro, to do that, to do the crimes that he did, bro. I don't care what people talking about, bro. I've had mental illnesses my whole life, bro. I've been bipolar, schizophrenic, whatever you want to call it. I've been labeled everything by a doctor, ADHD, all that good shit. You gotta have something in you. It takes, to do the heinous acts that he did. You know, that's not just like drugs. That's psychosis. There's something wrong in his brain. It's not wired right. This is the New York Post.
Yeah, read this, Pino. Read this. Because this is crazy. Alexis is on the New York Post. Her lying has got her so far where she chased the clout. She got the clout. She became the face of the Wade wives. It's unbelievable. Let's get to it.
It says ghoulish fans of Deadpool killer Wade Wilson begged him to impregnate them in prison video calls. Report. The ghoulish female fans of convicted death row inmate dubbed the Deadpool killer because he shares the name with Marvel anti-hero begged the heavily tattooed murderer to knock them up in a raunchy prison video call. Shout out to phone calls from prison. Wade Wilson, 31, who is awaiting execution for the murder of 2 women, was busy during his 2024 trial, chatting it up in X-rated calls with his horde of admirers. The upcoming documentary, The Handsome Devil Charming Killer, revealed. Wade Wilson is also the name of a fictional Marvel. They've said that twice already. Fictional Marvel character portrayed on screen by Ryan Reynolds. Let's go down. Give me 1 sec, because they have a whole bunch of riffraff in between. The besotted woman would swear allegiance to the so-called Deadpool killer and gush over his voice and his looks, according to the doc, despite his face being etched with a swastika and the other white supremacist symbols, as well as a creepy stitched-on smile tattoo around his mouth. It's going to be so much fun when I can tell you I'm pregnant. I can't wait, one of the deranged fans said, defending the double murderer. Wilson even referred to one fan identified as Alexis Williams as his girlfriend. During that specific call, the convicted killer praised the woman as so sexy, demanding she take part in marathon sex with him. Marathon. I will sink my fangs right into your left butt cheek, the murderer said. Pause. Williams, who now regrets her calls with Wilson, claims she fell in love with the killer's smile. In one of the video calls, Williams told Wilson that she believed in their relationship and was rooting for him to avoid time in prison so they could have sex together.
That's crazy. He said so they could have sex together.
I can't wait until you get out. You're going to come here. I'm going to cook you a homemade cooked meal, and we're going to have sex for hours, Williams said. She also told him that she would gladly go down to the courthouse where he was on trial so they could have sex all the time. You better come bang my brains out, Wilson replied. One of the fans even went as far to knowingly ignore the murderers Wilson's committed, telling the documentary crew that she and the other woman don't give a fuck that he was a killer. You're freaky and you love to choke a bitch out. It's not your fault you're strong, another woman said during a call with Wilson. Wow. These are the tattoos, by the way, that it's showing. And women and victims.
Yeah, it's crazy that the New York Post would, honestly, they're shitting on Alexis. They're not complimenting her at all.
They called her deranged. They literally verbatim wrote deranged fan. Wilson's family spread in 2000. Oh, I'm sorry, not family. Wilson's infamy spread in 2019 following the brutal murders of Christine Melton, 35, and Diane Ruiz, Hearts in the Chat, 43. The later of whom Wilson ran over with his car until she looked like spaghetti, according to testimony from the trial. Despite his horrendous actions, thousands of lusting sickos flocked to Wilson, sending him love letters and X-rated photos during his 5 years behind bars. Wilson, who was sentenced to death August 2024, remains behind bars awaiting the death penalty in Florida.
And God was trying to keep him out of the wheel because, you know, the stick shift to him trying to drive manual and waking up the neighbors that night, you know, revving the engine, didn't know how to put it in the reverse, ended up stalling out in the road. It's like, you know, he was in that, he went to Christine's car, but when he was in Mila's car, he didn't know how to drive. And I think, and at the end of the day, I think as God was basically trying to make sure he wasn't on the road, and he just went and figured it out either way. But I also think that that's part of the reason why he did it, because that I guarantee the two, you know, Christine and her friend in that car were like, what the fuck is going on? And he probably was embarrassed because he's trying to fucking drive that car. He couldn't drive. They had to abandon that car, take an Uber to get to her car, to her house. It's like, bro, that's just one of the things that night on top of him doing the drugs that led up to him committing these murders.
Well, the New York Post was giving Alexis hell, bro. Called her deranged. Called them sickos. What other words did they use, bro? They used some hellified words, bro. They
Oh
definitely
yeah, they
sounded
were.
like they were throwing shots.
Yeah, they were forcing it. They was definitely throwing shots for real.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe whoever writes the New York Post about Wade Wilson probably watches, YouTube Streets or Jumpsuit Pablo or Phone Calls from Prison or
Or Raw talk or anything
Raw
like that.
Talk,
Maybe
one of
they
the
hip to
major
the shits.
creators.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're hip to the shit.
Big
What do you,
facts.
what do you think, Flo? I mean, do you think she was grasping at clout right now, Alexis?
Oh man, she got it, and I want everybody to imagine this because she's in a new relationship. So she knew this was coming out, and I guarantee she told her man, I was like, get ready tonight when I get home from work, and you get home from work, we're gonna sit down and watch the documentary. Now let's put our shoes into that. Let's put ourselves into how that guy felt. All right, she has the Wade Wilson tattooed on her wrist. You're watching the documentary of her being obsessed and gushing, talking about his dimples over and over and over again in 4K, lying in 4K. It's like, bro, he might go on YouTube while he's at work and figure out that she's a lying ass bitch.
Yeah, I mean, that's a possibility, but I mean, love can blind people. So, I mean, what
Let
is
me
she
ask you
grasping?
this.
Let me ask you this. What is
Go ahead.
what is she grasping for clout for? What is her ultimate MO? She's not a creator, right? So what is her ultimate MO to, be the leader of the Wade train? If you get what I'm saying? Like I don't know what the MO here is for grasping for clout. Like is it, oh my God, I was, on a doc series? What, like, is that exciting? I'm trying to
Yeah,
figure.
because you gotta picture this, right? There's so many Wade wives and so many different groups of them. Like we're in a different stage of these Wade wives now, and she was one of the people that was showing up, and she felt like she was the top bitch. But then when the calls dropped, you had Kiosk Kristen.
Yeah.
She was there
We
before.
seen Jesse. Yeah, yeah. She thought she was the HBIC. Let's keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you because I fuck with you. At one point, she thought she was the HBIC. You know what I'm
The head
saying?
bitch in charge, huh?
Yeah,
She was
bitch
the
in
bottom
charge.
bitch.
She was a whole backup plan for a backup plan.
And Bonnie Wiggins, honestly, Ronnie, we talked about this. He had a different kind of communication with her where that seemed a little bit more real than what he had with Alexis.
And you know what's crazy? It's crazy that you bring up the Bonnie Wiggins shit, right? Because earlier when I had brought up that word, hybristophilia, they actually referred to that as the Bonnie and Clyde syndrome.
Mm.
No shit.
Yep, and
Um,
it's the derived from the Greek word habrusian, meaning to commit an outrage against someone. Ultimately derived from hubris and filio, meaning having a strong affinity or preference for in popular culture. And this phenomenon was also known as the Bonnie and Clyde syndrome. That's crazy.
It is crazy. That's what they try to be, Bonnie and Clyde. Go ahead, Pino.
Chat said Allie covered her tattoo, her Wade tattoo.
Oh shit!
So
That's what I'm getting in the chat.
which one? Did she have multiple? Is she one of the ones that had two? I always thought she had two. I know Jesse had two. Jesse and Erica, I
Yeah,
think
you
she
gotta
has
have a
one.
few. If you true, you got a few. You feel me?
Yeah, it's the possibilities. They got a few. Yeah, that's definitely a possibility.
Word to blue.
Yeah.
There's another link in the chat too, Pino, if you want to bring it up, bro. It's basically this lady was in the documentary and she has her own podcast and they dropped their little take today. I wanted to
Oh yeah, yeah.
cover it.
That's definitely that's a good point, plug. I think that's definitely something imperative to react to and important to break down. I also sent a few texts to DVS if he ends up pulling up more on that hybristophilia, just so he could break it down and read the exact context. But it was funny because when I was reading up on it, a lot of these people, like in the trailer, like we've been saying for years, but like in the trailer of the documentary, a lot of, like the lady said, I thought I could change him, I thought I could save him. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
And we're gonna get to the chat right now. Ronnie's birthday is in a couple of days. Salute to Ronnie Blue. Happy birthday, man.
Salute.
And everybody that's going through this blizzard, man, stay safe, stay warm.
You want me to
Yeah.
pull this up? This is a live premiere right now.
Pull up like you pulled up on 1090. Yes, sir. Let's go.
I don't know how good the background's gonna.
He's all nonchalantly like, all right.
So, you know, Pino, I want to talk about Pino because I had this written down too. Pino did a live the other night about Wade Wilson. Okay.
Yeah.
And it was directed towards the Unforgiven. I think this is important because Wade Wilson does not have an Unforgiven patch.
Right.
No, he's not an official patch in member. No.
So therefore, the whole time he was in prison prior to this last bid, he was in probate.
Correct.
And that means what?
So that means he's not official. He's not
Yeah, he ain't certified. Like he ain't official
shit.
like the ref.
So he never was an enforcer.
Validated.
Remember he was calling himself he told Kiosk Kristen he was an enforcer.
Yeah, he was self-proclaimed allegedly.
Nah, they probably was making him do some shit to earn to earn your patch. But the only person we have seen right now on YouTube, in this whole true crime era and criminal era that was an official patched in Unforgiven was Twisted Kid. And I don't know if people remember Twisted Kid. He's currently serving like a 20-year sentence or something, but he was official patched in Unforgiven member. He had his patch, like I said on my stream. In order to be patched in, you have to first off you have to go through your probate, you have to put in work, and then after all that's done, then you earn your patch. And when you earn your patch, you don't put it like on your chest, like how on my back I got Groove Gang big as fuck across my back with a big ass 3-point crown. For those who've seen my back, they know.
Yeah.
Right.
Whoa.
I got the Scandalous across my back too.
Yeah. It's a gang affiliation thing. When you on the yard, you take your shirt off, you got your gang representing. This is the difference between Unforgivens. When they get their patch, they have to get it in a visible spot. They can't get it like how we got our shit, like how Ronnie got Scandalous across his back, how I got Groove Gang across
some
my
of them
back.
have to get it in vital areas, like on the wrist or the neck.
They have to get it like face, neck, cheek, places
and to be
where
honest,
you can see it.
Another thing to point out that in some gangs, not all gangs, but some affiliations and organizations that you're associated with, like when it comes to this, like the Shamrock shit and the Scandalous shit, it's like front, back, right, and left. So no matter where I'm standing, you see it. I can never hide it. Like, so I got it on my back, I got it on my front, I got it on my right, I got it on my left. So no matter where I'm standing in line or where I'm at, you're gonna see it. Like I got it on my face, my back, my right, and my left arm.
Listen, Wade, if Wade gets his death penalty overturned and ends up getting a life sentence, Wade will have to fight. Wade has a swastika tattooed on him. If you don't earn those patches in Florida prison system, now I did say that Unforgivens and the white gangs in Florida, they're usually the minority, they're the smaller gangs. They don't want to beef with any bigger gangs. However, remember when I told y'all they like piranhas, bro. They'll eat each other.
Yeah, they still gonna get it in. They gonna eat each other up. They gonna clean house. You know what I'm saying?
They gonna clean house, bro. They gonna clean
They're gonna take
house.
out their own trash. And if you don't earn that shit, they're gonna either burn it off or scrape it off.
I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen people, bro. I've seen people have to get a soda can heated up while 3 or 4 members stand around them and burn a tattoo off their neck. They heating up the soda can to burn the tattoo off their neck. I've seen it, bro. I've seen people get big ass black squares over their tattoo because they didn't earn that shit. And they ran across the right
and that's
one.
the nicest way to go about it.
That's
if
the
they
nicest
black it
way.
out, that's them being nice about it. Like they usually give you a certain amount of time. You could black it out, and if you don't black it out, they're either burning that shit off or cutting it off.
All right, play. You want me to play this from the start, or just let's run it?
Yeah. Play for the start, but let me ask you one more thing because it's a real quick, because you made a point too, saying when Unforgiven get out of jail, they have a goal. Tell me what that goal is.
So this is facts though. So when Unforgivens get out of it, jail, like their whole little MO or bylaws or whatever is that if their brother gets out of jail before them, they got to run up as much money as they can, send it back to them, and then if they can't send it back to them, run up a bag of dope and come back to prison. Bring the shit back to the prison. That's their whole MO. Shit whack. Gangs are whack, y'all. Don't fall into that trap. That shit whack.
It's funny because Wade probably didn't run no money up, obviously, but he did go back to prison.
Yeah, he definitely went back. He went back for the final stay.
All right, this doctor is she's in the doc.
Dr. Casey Jordan. As a criminologist, I've investigated mass murderers and human traffickers, assassins and stalkers, serial and spree killers, wife beaters, and wives with knives. I've analyzed crimes and court cases for commentators like Anderson Cooper, Ashley Banfield, Dr. Phil, Dr. Oz, Nancy Grace, and Piers Morgan. Now, I'm revealing my insider's perspective on criminal cases that I've worked, just for you. This episode may contain sensitive material, including interviews with individuals involved in crimes, depictions of violence, and explicit language. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome to Criminal Appeal, the true crime podcast.
Look on the right. You see me in the comments over there. I love to interview y'all. They don't have a lot. They don't have a lot of people, so it's good promotion for them.
Worked in real time when they were happening. And tonight we have an incredibly special treat for you because on January 20th, 2026, on Paramount Plus, a riveting 3-part docuseries is coming out about a very rare breed of spree killer went on a rampage and attacked 3 different women, killing 2 of them in a very brief period of about 9 to 10 hours in different locations in Florida. And we are going to unpack that incredible episode in our history of true crime. And to help me do that, well, first of all, I've got a very special guest who's going to come up in the second half of this episode. But right now,
so
let me
real quick,
my co-host, Dr. Colleen
we
Butler.
know, what's crazy is Breezy, right? When Pino interviewed King Breezy actually said he's seen Wade Wilson in Lee County Jail. I wish we would have got more on that with him. He probably has a lot more details of what happened, but our interview wasn't based on that.
Hi, Casey. And as you know, and our Criminal Appeal listeners know, I'm a sociologist, not a criminologist. So that just means that I'm going to be looking at all the cases we cover from a social context, be that the way that families.
Now, another thing, Ronnie Blue Eyes is what both these women do. Ronnie does the body language. He does everything. Just let everybody know.
I'll break this whole shit down.
Adoption studies, and that plays a role here.
Amazing. So to get started, you should know that sometimes we use a term. And you study deviance, right? For extremely handsome and smooth and charming men who are absolutely irresistible women. What do we call them?
Sometimes a lady killer, I think.
Yeah. And in this episode of Criminal Appeal, we'll be talking about a man named Wade Wilson, who turned out to be exactly that. But a few months ago, I took a deep dive on this story when I participated in a documentary about Wade Wilson, the one that just dropped on Paramount Plus in January of 2026. So by way of disclaimer, this criminologist's knowledge of the case isn't so much firsthand, but rather from reading hundreds of pages of court documents and listening to dozens of hours of video so that I could contribute my analysis to that documentary. And you will see me in it. But in this episode, I want you to know we are doing an unmitigated plug for Handsome Devil, Charming Killer, that 3-part documentary about a crime spree so complex that dozens of people were interviewed.
Yes, walking with Jesus is still a thing in prison. Any religion in general is still a thing in prison.
for it. And one of them, not me, is going to guest appear with us on Criminal Appeal in the latter half of this episode. But back to Wade Wilson. It turns out that a lot of what I said on camera for that Wade Wilson documentary about the case, it ended up on the cutting room floor, as does always happen. And because there was only so much that they could include of the dozens of interviews that they conducted, we are going to take this opportunity on this episode to revisit that case and watch some excerpts of Handsome Devil, Charming Killer, along with you. And I recommend that you see the whole thing as soon as possible. And I watch a lot of true crime docs, but I have to tell you, this one is really well produced. The music is epic. I mean, you're going to want to binge watch it. And we're going to do some play-by-play again with my co-host, Dr. Colleen Butler-Sweet. Hello, Colleen again. And we're going to unpack
I think
how
this is what's
Handsome Devil
important,
Wade
right?
Wilson became such an evil
The production of the
Colleen, thank you for
documentary is
joining me on
great.
this one.
Real
Okay,
quick, Pino,
wait.
real quick. The production of the documentary is great, but I feel like they were missing the connection of the people that put in a lot of work, as in like YouTube creators. Like if they would have got Zav Girl or Melissa Jade, they got Jumpsuit. Jumpsuit's part was great. You know what I mean? He said the harmonica line. It's funny. But yeah, no, listen, man. I just think the doc could have been better. But again, they weren't invested into it for a year and change, right? They just did a documentary. So
yeah,
I don't know. I would have brought somebody in. That's just my opinion.
Let's be honest. The doc would have been better. And I'm just being honest. If the killer would have been there talking. And this is not what we wanted, though. We didn't want to highlight Wade. We didn't want to give Wade that spotlight. But that's
it
what
gave more context. Yeah, that's true.
It would have gave more context.
Agree, but
it would have gave more context. But again, it's a double-edged sword. It would have opened the wounds back up for the victims' families and all that. So that's why in the beginning of this live, I said, shout out to the officer that wrote Wade Wilson his disciplinary report, his DR, because ultimately that officer killed this whole docu-series.
That's a good point.
Inadvertently, they killed the whole. They didn't even know what they did, but they killed the whole docu-series without even knowing it.
But that's a good point. Just like if they had Wade Wilson involved, they could have had some of his past or prior victims involved, or like the family of the victims, just to kind of even out the add balance, if you will.
I 100% believe that if they were gonna they should have given.
And Chelsea, if you're watching, Chelsea, because I seen you read the message. Listen, we'll drop the link. You come up. I swear, all of us will be respectful. We just want to learn. We want to know what happened.
Yeah,
you've already did the documentary. Now, I mean, come on. This is second best day, man. It's YouTube Streets.
Now, yeah, facts. Pull up. You're already out there.
You're definitely watching, man. Come on, just come up. Anyways. So let's continue. We got Corrupt Cartel in the building.
Hey,
you covered Wade Wilson pretty early last year, and you had let's go back in that time and let's think about what Corrupt said when his first reaction to Wade Wilson. You said you could tell by his eyes he is no killer. He needed to take the drugs to become that person.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. I still think that, bro. I still think that. I think he might be a little bit different now that he's been behind bars, and like his mentality, like it may be different now, but at that point in his life, like had he not been revved up on all that go-go, I don't think he would have did none of that, bro.
And shout out to Melissa in the chat, Diane's friend Melissa.
Can I get a minute real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Really, really, bro, I didn't even want to jump up here. Like, I only got a minute, man. The wife went to take a little bath real quick, so I jumped up here real quick. But I wanted to point out something, man. The community, bro. The community of the YouTube streets and the community of mine, and a lot of that has trickled over from the YouTube streets, from Raw Talk. You know what I mean? But all of these people, all of these people in general that make up the whole community, man, I wanna thank every one of y'all, like from the bottom of my heart. Look, man, I came into this chat tonight, right? And somebody said something to me about, hey, how you and the wife doing? And I was like, yo, yeah, we doing great. You know what I mean? I said, we hustling right now, trying to get every dollar we can together because, you know, the oldest daughter is about to turn 16 here in a few days. That's all I said. Didn't ask for nothing, nothing, right? Next thing I know, I get a few emails, boom, boom, boom. And people from this community, man, was hitting the Cash App, bro. Sending
Hey,
stuff
that's good, man.
talking about you only get one sweet 16, talking about for your
That's
daughter's
facts.
birthday, like, and I didn't ask for anything, man, and you guys did not have to do that, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
at the
you know
same
what though?
time,
We do have the best supporters on YouTube. Shout out to
yeah,
the whole chat. You know where it's at. YouTube Streets
yeah,
Podcast. Hold that.
hey, and it's with much gratitude and great respects, y'all, for real, like from the bottom of my heart, from my family to y'all, like. Man, like you come in here, you don't even ask for nothing. You don't, you know what I mean? Like I see a lot of people on YouTube running around with the tin cup, man, beating that joint, begging
Yeah,
for
we
dollars, begging for things, man. And that ain't what I was doing. I wasn't asking for nothing, but these people took it upon themselves to go hit that Cash App, man. And I just want to say thank you guys. Like that, it means a lot. Like even if you was just to send $1, yo, like I ain't asking for nothing, but y'all went out of your way, and that means more than any money you can send. Just
Hell yeah.
the
That's what's
action.
up, man. Happy
Thank
birthday
you,
to the
guys.
youngin' and respect to the family, man.
I appreciate it, Ronnie, man. Happy early birthday to you, sir.
Always salute, salute. Appreciate you.
Hell yeah.
yeah,
Now that
man.
I broke up the whole damn flow, I'm sorry. I apologize, plug. But I do still feel that way
Yeah, bring
about
it on
Wade
up. You're good.
Wilson at the time, bro. At the time, like he might be a little different now that he's been up in them prison walls for a while, bro. But at the time, I mean, like I'd like to know the chick that he got acquitted on, bro. I'd like to know if he had stuff in his system during that point. And then there's another lady in this docu series, right? That she shows she got beat up and stuff. Am I right? Like, I haven't watched all of it, man, but I'm pretty sure there's a
Um,
chick in there that she was like bruised up and stuff. I thought I saw something with pictures and stuff,
that
but
probably was Kelly. Kelly definitely had bruises and stuff. I don't think there is another one that was I could be wrong though. I'm trying to think. And I don't think so.
yeah, I would like to know though. I'd like to know like what happened with that. Like, was he sharded up then? You know what I mean? Like, because I don't know, man. Like the guy he was before he went and sat in prison, man. That dude ain't no killer, bro. I don't think the
Well,
dude that's in prison is that either. You
well,
know,
Papa
like
Steve, listen, remember when Papa Steve, he said that when Wade Wilson's on meth, he acts like that towards women, right? And we all assumed that he was on meth because of what Papa Steve's the one that said he was on meth that night. Now, have we seen the toxicology? Do we know it was meth? Because, other people say, I think Pino even said it could have been Flocka. This
mm,
was Florida. This was
He
Lee
could have been
County.
yeah,
on flop, bro. He could have been on flop. He could have been on some fucked up Molly. He could have been on some bath
I don't know.
salts.
Just something to
true.
think about. Just something to think about.
I mean,
Yeah.
bro, I've been out there in Miami, man, walking around the streets at 3 a.m., bro, and been offered all kinds of wild stuff. You know what I mean? So who knows? You're right. Who knows?
I mean, it's definitely it was an epidemic
Yeah,
down
for
here for a
sure. All right,
while.
Pino, continue.
I was just saying it was definitely an
Let's
epidemic down
continue.
here for a while. Let me go ahead and play this.
Hey, salute to
There
the
is
chat.
so much more. This Wade Wilson story is well known, not only for just the horror of the murders he committed, and you're going to get sensitivity warnings throughout because some of these details are really awful, but also not just the women he killed, but the women who adore him. And kind of like Luigi Mangione and, the Menendez brothers, the hybristophiliacs are huge on this case.
There's
There are
that
hundreds,
word. There's that word, hybristophiliacs.
Mm-hmm.
probably hundreds of
Bonnie and
thousands
Clyde.
actually, of fangirls, but some men, think of them as groupies. They absolutely worship Wade Wilson, the spree killer. They think that they are in love with him. They are, as we discussed in a recent sidebar about women who love serial killers, they are clearly suffering from hybristophilia, even to the point of delusion, Colleen. And so we're going to be looking a lot at these women known as Wade's wives. That's what they call themselves.
Yeah, but we just want to walk you through what happened first. And I will say also, I'm especially interested in this case. I didn't know too much about it really until I watched that documentary, Handsome Devil. And as I mentioned, what was really popping for me is Wade Wilson's experience with adoption seems to be really central to his childhood, his story, and maybe a little bit of the angst that he experiences. So I'm really interested to unpacking that dimension of this as well.
Okay, so before we jump into it, and I know everybody really wants to hear from Jumpsuit, so I'm going to whet your appetite for this true crime documentary by just showing you, how about a trailer clip to just get the ball rolling.
Something about this just isn't right.
And this is what I do with women.
Don't you think? I've been watching this clock all night.
I use my
Fast forward through this a little bit.
I'm sorry for the lag on my end. There might be a little lag.
Yeah, it'll fix itself.
You want me to fast forward through this little
Yeah, fast forward a little bit, and it should fix itself.
Your internet doing better than it was the other night, dope. That it's not as bad.
It's a toss up. It's it's like
Hey, look.
flipping.
My cousin tapped your router. Go ahead, Corrupt.
Plug, Ronnie. Pino. I'm at 9%, 8%, fellas. I'm gonna jump down, put my stuff on the charger. If y'all are still going here in about an hour or so, man, with 45 minutes, I'll try to jump back up. I just wanted to get up and say, do my little spill that I did, and I appreciate you letting me do that, man.
Salute.
Okay, thank you, Corrupt, for coming up, man. Salute to everybody that looked out for Corrupt. That's very sweet of y'all. Salute.
Yeah, man. Y'all already know the rules, man. With much
happy birthday,
gratitude,
Ronnie, too.
Great respects, man. I'll try to jump back up here in a little bit, bro.
All right, gotcha, bro.
Peace.
Let's continue.
Maybe 15 when he was born. And because they were so young and unprepared for parenthood, and they knew it, they decided to give their newborn up for adoption. The birth mother actually went to church,
hold on. I
and
just
her
want to
mother
point something out.
approached the birth mother's
I don't know if
Sunday
it
school
was you or Pino that brought this up, but it was a great point, right? Because you got some of us up here that been studying and covering this case for years, like the YouTube streets, Raw Talk, Jumpsuit Pablo, even JD Delay at one point, phone calls from prison, a few others, but we've been covering this shit for a while, so we got somewhat of an understanding. We've been dissecting the phone calls for years, but these people here, they're just now getting into it because of the documentary. So this proves not only do they only know a certain amount of information from what they've gathered from the documentary, but it actually proves that this whole thing is coming full circle, and there's a lot more popularity now with the Wade Wilson saga and drama now that the documentary's out, because people that never heard of him before are now covering him.
Nah, for sure.
teacher. They had children of their own. They were just really wonderful, loving family. And that Sunday school teacher took Wade. I think originally it was just supposed to be a temporary thing, but eventually the birth mother decided to give up her rights completely. And so Candace and Steve Wilson adopted this newborn and named him Wade Wilson. And by all accounts, there's no dispute. This was a loving, upstanding.
Now, y'all remember
religious
Alexis,
family,
right?
in
Now, when
Tallahassee,
Alexis knows all about Wade's childhood, she says that Wade went through a whole bunch of trauma, saying that I think she even was the one that came up with the rumor that Wade got sold for a car, right? Now, that's not what happened. You know, they were his biological mom, and she just got out of jail, by the way. And then Steve, they were very young, so they, let somebody that was attending their church adopt their child and try to give them a better life.
Right.
Let's watch a quick clip.
What in the end
I
kind of
knew
gave him a
Wade's mom.
complex.
She got pregnant.
For sure.
I was 15, she was 14. And then I got in some trouble and I ended up doing 8 months in a juvenile program. And I got a legal document saying that she was putting him up for adoption. I couldn't do anything about it. All I could think about, just that innocent kid, you know? And I just was, in my mind was like,
And shout out to
did we
Lockdown
get here?
2301.
You know what I mean?
They used his interview.
Hey, this is I was just gonna say this is a common thing for juveniles to get incarcerated and get their girlfriend pregnant on the street. This is coming from a person who spent 18 months of my juvenile life incarcerated in juvenile programs. Just as Papa Steve is talking about 8-month, 9-month, 12, 18-month programs and stuff like that. In Florida, we call them level 4, level 6, level 8, level 10. And this is the juvenile system in Florida. And there's been so many times where I was in a program and somebody had just came into the juvenile program and their girlfriend was pregnant or something like that. And, you know, both of them were too young to keep the baby or something like that. And the baby got put up for adoption because, you know, that girl's mom swayed in or something like that. But it's just a common thing with juveniles who are getting incarcerated. You got to understand when you're a juvenile and you're getting incarcerated at 15, 16 years old, you know, you 9 times out of 10, if you have a girlfriend, you're fucking, you know what I mean? I'm just speaking bluntly, you know, from
Right.
a 15-year-old I was, you know. So it's a common thing. And Papa Steve, I solely believe that he didn't have a option in it. He was in a juvenile program. So he didn't have an option. He was doing 8 months.
How did we get here? Because he wasn't raised like that. His adoptive family, they're solid people, good people, hardworking, honest Christian people.
You know, and Wade would grow up with 3 sisters and lack for absolutely nothing. You know, he had all the material goods he wanted, creature comforts. I mean, a high school friend said he had the world given to him. He had a nice house in the suburbs, this person says. He had parents who loved him. They had dogs. They had expensive vehicles. You know, it wasn't just all about
Well,
material
from
stuff.
my understanding, Steve was a juvenile himself, right?
He was 17 or 16, and she was, I forget what the age she was, but
Yeah, I mean, they're
I
both
believe he was
juveniles.
he was a minor too, but
17 is a juvenile, regardless of how you look at it. In the court of law, if you get a charge at 17, you're going to the juvenile detention center. You're not going to the jail.
unless it's murder, they might try you as an adult.
Well, yeah, depending on the nature of the charge, they can direct file you. So like if you're 15, 16 and you go and knock off a Publix and you shoot somebody in that
15,
Publix,
14. That's right. Well, solitaire 427, that's right.
let's get back.
So
He
their
was
mindset
15,
was
she
in the
was
right
14.
place too, and so they raised him well. But before I ask for your analysis, I do think there is some very important audio that we have from an interview with his adoptive mother, Candy Wilson. And she talks about him as a young boy and then as an early teen before he started rebelling, severely rebelling in his teenage years. Let's hear what Candy says.
What kind of childhood did the defendant have? And were they a drug addict or were they from a broken home?
I'm Candy Wilson. I am Wade's adoptive mother. We have 2 other children, and they was born Anthony Tesasika. And I said, well, we'll call him Wade. He was as cute as a dumpling. I mean, we just fell head over heels for him.
Now, let me ask you this, right? So Jesse's version of that is not on the internet no more, so I'm pretty sure they got that from our channel. They've had to get the mom talking from our channel. I think our video did buku views on that because what happened was Marie at the time, Jesse, she had deleted that video, so I don't even think it's up anymore.
Yeah, but quality over quantity. There might not have been a lot of people listening, but the right people were listening. And shout out to Lockdown 23 and 1, man.
Shout
Salute.
out to Jahara, who said to the teen parents that beat the odds and raise successful children.
And thank you for the donation. We appreciate
Facts.
you. Hit that like button if you like something. Cheer.
Chill.
As they got older, Wade was such a delight. I mean, there was no anger in him. He was always smiling. He was always happy. People loved him. I mean, he was really a good child. Things would happen at school, and Wade always stood up for the underdog. He was just, even the teachers would say, Wade is so good. And it turned out, when he was about 15, 16, I told the biological mom that she could write him a letter. He started having an identity crisis. I could see it. That's when his hormones were changing, and he kept saying, well, why did they want me?
When you do that psychologically to a child, they're either going to rebel or they're going to understand. And Wade didn't understand. He rebelled.
He was, for the most part of our friendship after high school, in and out of jail. So he's very institutionalized.
He was accused of domestic violence, batteries by multiple women. He had burglaries and drugs in his record as well.
We love him so much, more than you can ever imagine. I hope and I pray every night. Almost that this is a nightmare.
That's some bullshit, bro. That's some straight bullshit, plug. Cause dog, I feel like they just making him out to seem like, oh, this is this poor innocent child that was abandoned and this, that, man. Fuck that, bro. You have people like me who grew up in and out of the system, Ronnie Blue Eyes who grew up in and out of the fucking system, DVS who been stuck in the system his whole fucking life.
Yeah, fast. Project Living. He got
I don't know why I'm
adopted.
laughing, but
Wade
you're
Wilson
right.
got adopted. You're
Bruh,
right, because Wade
you don't
Wilson got
see us,
adopted to
bro.
a nice family.
Yeah,
Good
DVS
home.
was adopted, bro. The thing is, you don't see DVS out here fucking unaliving two women and bragging about it, and you don't see Ronnie out here committing heinous crimes. Me out here, bro. What?
No, but DVS did
Especially against
hit.
women, though.
The
DVS did hit it. He hit an MS-13 with a crowbar.
Yeah, but that's man
That's
on man,
gang
hand in hand
related.
with the
That's man on
that's
man. That's gang related. That was him growing up in a rough childhood, getting involved in gangs and stuff like that. I mean, I've hit somebody in the face with a brick before. You know what I mean? It's the level of difference is there. We're talking about rough upbringings, getting in fistfights with other adolescents, running with gangs. Wade picked an innocent woman off the street and decided to take her out. Like, excuse me, there's two levels of defiance here. You know what I mean? And this whole
Facts.
fucking shit I've been watching the last 3 minutes has poor Wade, poor this. I'm so sorry. Let's paint him out to be he had mental problems.
Yeah,
He's been
yeah.
incarcerated. He was institutionalized. Bitch.
It's a pity party. They
The
trying to throw a
fuck?
pity party.
What do you know about being institutionalized? I
You
did
know?
more time on the fucking toilet than Wade did in prison. What the fuck do you know about being institutionalized? I did more time on the prison toilet than Wade did in prison.
Hold on, Pino, because we gotta pad it all up. I don't want you saying shit and then they go do all the number shit because remember he had other bids. I think he did a
count
3
his
year.
bids.
He did three, and then he just did 5. Are we counting now? Because he just did 5 in Lee County Jail.
No. She said he was institutionalized. She's talking about
Okay.
a Wade Wilson that was released. She's talking about a crackhead Wade who kept going in and out for 2 and 3 year stretches.
Okay, a year and a half, and then 3, and then this last bid. That's what he did. Or a year and a half, a 3, and then this last
Like I
bid.
said, I did more time on the fucking toilet. But that's regardless. There's nothing to brag about there. Going to prison just means you were a fucking loser and you lost. That's all that means. But I just don't like the way they're fucking boosting
I get what
him
you're
up
saying.
for everybody to feel bad for him. Fuck him. And I mean, Krupp. I agree with Krupp to an extent. Of the drugs brought it out of him, but that shit was already there. That shit was already there, bro. Bro, listen, I just because I don't do drugs and I'm an advocate for people not to do drugs doesn't mean that I haven't dibbled and dabbled throughout my life, and I haven't been high or off my rocker once or twice in my life. That didn't mean I went out there and fucking murdered people. The fuck? That don't give you, man. I just don't understand. I can't.
And Candy Wilson got him at it. So I've read so much paperwork on him. There's one time where he stole somebody's cell phone and Candy paid for the phone right away. He didn't go to
Oh
jail. Like there's
shit.
been many times like that. Actually, this dude stole Kelly's phone too. He's obsessed with stealing cell phones.
That's crazy. And
Hey,
we definitely gonna keep it pushing on this live, but we're definitely gonna revisit this on a pre-record. I'll have DVS pull it up and I'll dissect the tone, the body language, the behavior, the whole shit.
that's a fact. This has to be dissected.
Definitely.
Definitely. Let me jump back into this.
Wake up.
Let's
Hey,
continue.
what do you make of that?
Wow. Well, let's hear. I have a little bit more from Candy just to add a bit more detail, and then I do have a lot of thoughts from the adoption angle, certainly. So, also according to Candy, his adopted mother, she says, "quote Wade was a sweet, joyful child who would bring his mother dandelions that the family still loves so much." He did have a closed adoption, but according to his
Bro, what child didn't bring their mama some flowers, bro? Get the fuck out of here, bro. This is what I mean. Wade was a sweet child who brought his mama dandelions. Bitch, what fucking child don't bring their mama flowers? I brought my mama. I used to pick random flowers from neighbors' fences and shit to bring it to my mama. Who? Plug? Am I lying, Ronnie?
No,
mean,
you're telling the truth because I think
No,
it's
you on
important.
point.
The ages between we all notice it being men ourselves and going through the puberty. The ages 13 to 21 is very important. That is your development stage.
It's
And Wade
crucial.
Wilson was doing whatever the fuck he wanted. The adopted parents had no control over him, and they were getting him out of multiple incidences, which led to what happened, bro. He just got what he wanted and took what he wanted at all times.
Well, that's
to
when you
an
become who
extent.
you want to be. My bad. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say to an extent he was enabled. He was enabled.
Exactly. And that's who you become, who you want to be. You experiment, you out there in the streets. That's you jumping off the porch at 11, you getting in the shits, you hustling, you grinding, you getting in shootouts, you stabbing, you poking, you know what I mean? You with the shits. But your core development, the most important years in anybody's life is 1 through 6, 0 through 6.
Yeah.
You're like a sponge, and that's when you develop your core personality and character.
Mm-hmm.
You could learn new things, you could grow, but you are who you are between the ages 0 through 6. That's when you learn the most, you absorb your surroundings, etc. You're aware of everything around you, and it affects you, it develops you for the rest of your life.
adoptive mom, Candy. The Wilsons did tell his birth mom, as we saw in that clip, when he was a teenager, she could write him a letter. According to Candy, the letter was kind. It explained that the birth mother loved him and thought it was best that the Wilsons raise him. And they read it to Wade in his teenage years, but this apparently only exacerbated his anger. So it didn't assuage it, it exacerbated his anger.
Yeah, and I know that in high school, around the age of 16, he stopped engaging to all his extracurricular activities. He had been in choir, he had played basketball.
So why hasn't
but then
Candy
he
ever
began
said
using
anything about
drugs
that?
and,
That's like the first time
you
we
know,
even
he
heard of
str-
that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, this sounds like normal fucking like the way they're explaining Wade, and just like I don't understand why they're explaining it, because this sounds like a normal adolescent life of a youth who gets in trouble. Um, there are tons of kids that made it to high school and then fell off the wagon at high school. You know what I mean? That tons. This is not a small thing. There are tons of kids that go to high school and hit the 10th, 11th grade and completely fall off the wagon. Stop going to high school, start experimenting in drugs, start getting in trouble. This is fucking normal. So why the fuck am I supposed to feel bad for this guy?
Pino's going off, man.
Why the fuck am I supposed to feel bad? And I feel like the last 20 minutes they've been painting a picture for us to feel bad for this young troubled child who was an orphan and this, that, and the third. Man, motherfucker, there are kids starving in other countries. You talking about this fucking kid who he was pampered. He got adopted by a good family. He was fucking pampered. What do you mean? Yeah, he didn't want for shit. He was in a choir, my guy, a fucking choir.
Yeah,
And
that's
hey,
crazy. I was just talking
oh, go
about
ahead.
that. Like, yo, half of these dudes are choir boys compared to the shit I went through. That's crazy. I was just saying that shit in the background.
Hey, and to be fair too, when it comes to kids getting adopted, they're not all the time they go to a better situation, and for DVS's sake as well. And we don't know what's happening in those walls and under that roof.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up in and out of the detention center, so a lot of the kids I was around were from foster homes, just like DVS, and they were always in trouble. And bro, there are group homes that are rough. There are bro. Wade got adopted. Wade didn't go to a group home. There are group homes that are fucking rough. They are like juvenile
Horrible. Yeah,
detention centers.
they like doing a bid, bro. And he like you said, he got adopted to a good family, like a good home.
And I noticed the smuck of the group home. Like I know there's like 6, 7 kids in one group home. They have one big van out front. They have a certain amount of money that they are
Right.
given to be able to take care
But
of these
Wade
6,
had
7 kids.
opportunity. He had
Wade had
potential.
opportunity, bro.
Exactly.
Wade didn't grow up with 6, 7 kids fighting over a fucking controller in the house. You know what I mean? Wade didn't
Facts.
have to fight for his food.
That's crazy. I was just talking about the same shit growing up in the projects. There's 10 of us, 9 brothers and sisters. It's like, yo, you gotta get in where you fit in. Like,
Yeah.
you better learn to scrap. It's like a litter of pit bulls.
Bro, there are some kids that grew up in the foster system that grew up really rough, bro. Wade was not one of them.
Hardcore. Yeah, facts.
Like
Suffered with
Hassan
addiction
Campbell.
very quickly. Now, during this
Yeah,
period,
Hassan Campbell. Hassan Campbell. Say what you want, but bro, Hassan Campbell was taken advantage of as a child in the foster system.
And he was actually MO-ing other children too, which is
Yeah,
fucking crazy, dude. It's
yeah,
disgusting.
yeah.
I would never keep my kids around him. Go ahead.
Absolutely not.
he also started dating, and he would spend a time with a small group of friends. He had his clique, and he had a girlfriend. But his friends say that he was mostly known for his drug use and his infidelity to that girlfriend. I mean, basically, he was a playa. And by 16, he had what his mother called that identity crisis stemming from that adoption. We know that Wade struggled emotionally and had a lot of behavioral issues. He was arrested for drugs, car theft, burglary, again, larceny. I mean, everything, assault, firearms. His parents took him to doctors. They did not ignore
Another
this.
thing too,
They
his
took him to
sister
therapy.
said
They
that he used to
suspected he had a
staple his clothes to his skin.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah, bro. When they read
Yo.
her letter at the trial, Wade Wilson would staple himself.
Yeah, he
That
wasn't
gotta
trying
be
to lose them shits.
yeah.
That explains the stitches tattoo. Like, what the fuck?
That gotta be like some shit where he just like pain. There's some
That's
people
some
that
weird shit, yeah.
yeah, some people just like pain, I guess. I don't know.
personality disorder. And then they finally took him to a child psychologist who diagnosed him with bipolar disorder. He got meds.
See, this is why I
but
don't feel bad. I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder at 10 years old. This is where I
Right.
don't feel fucking bad.
Yeah, because when you
as he
overcome
got older,
something, you're less likely to be sympathetic or empathetic because you know you could get through it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
absolutely. I was put on and off medication my whole juvenile life. I am 36 years old right now and haven't taken medication for my bipolar or whatever they diagnosed me with in over 20 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And a lot of
So,
people are gonna say, you know, he might have been inflicting that physical pain to try to forget and block out some mental and emotional pain, which could be the case. Not for
could be
everybody,
the
but
case.
just throwing it out there.
Yo, Max Bemis in the chat. Won't you stop using your Twitter fingers and hit the link, or shut the fuck up, dude? Seriously, you're annoying. Go ahead.
I mean, yeah, I mean, Max B, like, at the end of the day, the link is always there. You know what
What's
I
a
mean?
max B?
Yeah, somebody just running their dick suckers in the chat.
Fucking
Oh, they
But
censorship.
they jaw
Fucking
jacking.
no
yeah,
other
Got it.
channel. No other channel drops the link for anybody to come up, even people we don't fucking like. So stop that stupid ass bullshit narratives everyone's pushing. Go ahead.
Oh, we even got a former weight wife in the chat, man. Salute.
let's continue.
Who we got
What,
in the
what
chat? My bad.
The
we
one
need
we
the
were gonna have up
soundbite.
last time we went live, respectfully.
Courtney. Salute to
Little
Courtney.
nugget,
Yep.
little
Well,
chicken nugget.
I wouldn't say she's not a Wade wife because she was with Wade before
Farmer.
prison.
Yeah, I was just saying farmer, whatever. Respectfully.
Yeah, that can respectfully to me that can't be considered a Wade wife because she knew him before the heinous acts, correct?
But they were still in contact afterwards, right?
Yeah, and again, that's a different playing field than somebody just waking up in
Right.
the morning like Jesse and seeing Wade on
Yeah,
TV and
yeah.
like, oh, I want to fucking contact this killer. You know,
Yeah, no,
it's
I'm hip. I'm
a
hip.
little bit of different ball field,
All
but
due respect, you know what I mean?
respectfully, yeah.
Older and over the age of 18, he refused to take them, and there was absolutely nothing the family could do if he would not take his meds.
Why have we not known
But,
about
what do
that?
you think this could be really
Chat, am I tripping?
stemming
But
from his
why
addiction
haven't we known
issues?
about that?
About what, Wade's medication?
Wade having bipolar, like the adoptive mom didn't say nothing about this shit till what the
Yeah.
fuck?
But you know what? They're gonna dig deep on the documentary, and like I think one of the smartest moves they made was bringing up Jumpsuit Pablo. I think they should have reached out to a few other content creators, but like even me and DVS catching wreck talking about he heavily sedated, he heavily medicated. We always implied that he had something going on with him, like he wasn't all there. He was touch type shit, like pause, like we all knew he wasn't all there. You know what I mean? We've been applying for years. We hear it when he talks, the difference in his voice when he's loud, he's laughing, and then he's kind of just like
So
tranquilized.
so this is important because Patty said it wasn't documented, and we haven't seen documents about it, and
Right.
that's probably why it was never brought up because we've never seen documents about it.
The
And
trial brought up his CTE and brain issues, but they didn't.
Yeah,
Am
they
I
were
tripping,
reaching.
y'all?
They were
nah,
reaching, but I never heard his father speak on it or like Steve speak on it. If I'm, I could be mistaken, but personally, I don't remember him ever speaking on nothing
I
like
mean, I
that.
would think if you're actually, because like I said, I was diagnosed at 10 years old, 10, 11 years old with bipolar disorder. And I have the paperwork for it. Like still to this day, I have the paperwork from my whole childhood. Plug, I've showed you behind the scenes. I have my whole juvenile incarceration. I have doctors. I have everything. Bro, they said I was a fuck up who would never make it. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but I don't think it was presented. I don't think any paperwork was presented at the trial regarding bipolar disorder or schizophrenia. I think I heard one of the chicks say he had
Yeah.
schizophrenia.
In the beginning, I thought they were gonna try to go the insanity route and say he wasn't mentally competent to stand child. But I thought they were gonna go that route at one point, but just like with the Mackenzie Schreller shit. But
I've been that route, and honestly, I'm gonna tell you, Ronnie, coming from my previous incarceration, I've been that route. We've went over this before.
yeah,
That I tried to go the incompetent route, incompetent
right.
to proceed trial, and
We'll go
yeah,
through that with a fine tooth comb. Yeah,
yeah.
I ain't gonna
Okay.
say too much, but I've been through some shit myself, and they're
So
gonna really dissect and diagnose.
All
hundred
right, we got
percent.
Max. We got this Max dude up here. What up, Max?
What up, man? Why are y'all take this shit so seriously? Like somebody comes in the comments and says something, everybody's like, "Oh,
This is
watch your
our bread and
language.
butter,
Don't use that
homeboy. This
word."
is
You're
what we
you're
do.
Well, I mean,
spamming the
well,
chat
right?
with ridiculous comments, dude.
Yeah, that's the point. That's what I do. It's funny. I enjoy this. This is how I spend my evenings. Like you spend your evenings doing your show.
Yeah, that's fine. What do you
So
know about this
I
case, though?
that the dude's a fucking retard and a monster, and they need to bury him somewhere, and he never needs to see the light of day again.
So,
But I don't think we have to.
somebody says you're related to Cyrax. Is that true?
Fuck, no, I'm not related to Cyrax.
He
See,
said,
they get
"Fuck
the troll
no."
bit. See, this is the troll bit, and like that's why I want to get on and explain this to y'all. Like we just get on here and say shit, and when you guys respond by going, "Oh, come bring your bitch ass in," and all that other shit, it doesn't really affect us. Like I don't care about
Well,
being.
we
I
didn't
don't. I don't.
respond to you all night. The chat was
No,
responding to
I've
you, and
only
then
been in
I was
there for
like,
like 5 minutes. Every moderator with a wrench jumped on me, and I was laughing about it. And they're taking this like we're like we're discussing a dissertation on war and peace. We're not. Oh, retard did a lot of really nasty fucking things, and if it was up to me, he would be chained up somewhere and have those things done to him as well. But
Nah, I
I
hear you, but
literally,
listen.
You
we
guys are just on
understand.
live, bro. You're
No, but
just on
listen,
live. So I hopped in
we
the
understand.
thing.
Listen, we
All right.
understand you going in the chat, catching your rack, having your fun, and we up here
Yeah.
doing our bread and butter,
All
making a
right.
living.
So
Like,
why
you
why
know.
why can't
But listen,
yeah, why
listen. Let
can't
me
we
finish.
coexist though, bro?
Listen. Let me finish. We're one of the only podcasts that will respectfully invite you up and let you say what you gotta
I
say. So you
appreciate
gotta
that.
respect
But
that.
I respect that.
Where are
And
you from,
it's cool that
Max?
you guys did that. Originally I'm from Marietta, Georgia. I live in fucking Florida right now though. So
Georgia.
What part of Florida are you in, man? South, north,
uh Central. The shitty
central
part, you know
Florida?
the part, yeah, you know the part where there's like nothing, where everywhere looks the
Mount
same. That's
Vernon
kind of
for
where
the
I'm stuck.
villages.
Yeah, over that way,
Yeah, I know exactly where
Bushnell,
you're at.
Sumter County,
Summerfield.
that area, yeah. Yeah, that area.
Yeah. Sumter, yeah,
But
yeah.
see, back in the day on the internet, you used to be able to hop on and dude, you could jump from stream to stream. You don't even know what they're talking about. All you gotta do is go in there and say something like Trump is so stupid that he's gonna actually make me vote for a woman or some shit like that, and everyone explodes in the chat. And
You're an
then you
old
just
school
sit.
troll. You're an old
Yeah, you
school
just
troll.
sit and you pick up. Yeah, well, we're dying because you can't do it anymore. Because moderators immediately are like, did you say that was gay? Like, it's a word, bro. Yes, I said it was gay. Also, I
Who
asked if
have
I
you
could use
trolled?
the
Who
M.
have you trolled the most in your in your time on YouTube?
Oh, honestly, dude, if you like, we're talking old school, probably Christian. That's when I was most into it. I don't know if you're familiar with Christian.
No.
Um, but I mean, oh Lord, we can't even talk about it. That molested his mother, his dementia mother.
All
He's
right.
really
All right.
he's the most documented person on the internet. Are we done? Or I'm not trying to fuck y'all show up. I just if you're telling me to hop in, I'm gonna hop in. I just you know what I'm saying? I
No,
didn't mean
no,
to
it's fine.
see. I've slowed. All right, well, y'all do your thing. I appreciate you letting me come on.
Yeah, man. When you got something else to talk about, you come up anytime. I mean, trying to think. Yeah, I mean, yeah, whatever you're, if you see, if we go live, because it's something you're interested in, see the link, come on up. You can have fun trolling the chat, man. Have a good time. Have a good night.
10-4. Just you two. Just so you know, I am before I leave your chat. I'm gonna go ahead and use that N-word pass real quick. Appreciate it.
YouTube streets. Yeah. We cut that off before you say some dumb shit. But yo, you see the background?
What he
Documentary
just say,
status.
bro?
He tried to slip it in, but I blocked it.
He tried to slip it in. You got that, boy, Ronnie, boy. You
Fuck
snap.
out of here. Put him in the
Fuck
back
out of
channel.
here.
You
Get out of
asshole.
here.
Yo, did he get it off?
No, he
Nah, I
didn't
didn't
get it
let him
off.
get it
Ronnie
off.
muted him.
I don't even got access to mute. I just talked over his ass as loud as you know what
Oh,
I'm saying?
he screamed YouTube streets over his ass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Bro, what the fuck, man? Let's get it.
I hit him with the
Or
yeah.
exacerbated by
Yeah.
perhaps. So he did have a relationship though with his birth father,
Right.
Steve Testaseca. But over time, and it was a good relationship he had with his biological father. But over the time, it was the letter from the birth mother that he was read in his teenage years that really sent him into the tailspin. Now, mind you, there's no evidence he ever actually met his birth mother.
Right.
But in his conversations with his birth dad, Steve clearly detests her. He's very angry at her.
Yeah.
He continued to experience instability and rebellion, eventually sent to reform school and so on and so forth, sort of what we've been seeing
Yeah.
already.
And we
Yeah.
already heard from his girlfriend that, you can either accept it and he just didn't understand it. He kept asking, why didn't they want me? So what do you make of that?
Sure. Okay. So absolutely. Identity confusion can be a really common experience for adoptees. And I know we're going to see throughout that Wade was experiencing some identity confusion. Now, the way that we study adoption today, in the past, maybe 20, 30 years ago, we had a really romanticized idea of adoption, this sort of notion that it's, oh my goodness, either a couple that can't have a baby and a baby that needs parents and it's a beautiful journey, or
I went
in
through
this
this a little
case,
bit.
you have
So
this
when I was
wonderful
8 years
family that
old,
opens their
my
doors to this
dad
child. And these
came home and went nuts. And my mom's like, you're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to go live with my dad's mom, my grandma, my grandpa. And I stayed there till I graduated. Now my life changed because we were really really poor when my mom
It was really, really poor. But I will say this: I used to tell my grandma all the time, I was like, I just want to go. Why don't they want me? I just want to go back there. I'd rather be poor than live. My grandma didn't have no money, but she knew how to manage her money better. She wasn't. My parents were on drugs. My grandparents were. My grandma was, fucking like an angel. She never lied, nothing. Only time I seen her cheat was when I played Scrabble with her one time. But yeah, no, listen, man. I don't know, bro. I just I feel that part of it, but at the same time, it's like it doesn't excuse any of this behavior of the way he treats women at all. Because a lot of people, like Pino said earlier, a lot of people have been through worse and never done anything like this. But I get what
Yeah.
she's saying.
Yeah, I get what she's saying that I get the gist of it. It's just again, like I said, there are some kids that grew up in some rough ass group homes. Um, I wish DVS was up here and he could tell you about some of the wild stories that he had growing up. Um, it's not an excuse to become a grown ass adult and commit heinous, acts.
Exactly,
It's
because you could
just
always go the opposite route. You could grow up and save some kids from that situation. Just like people
100%.
growing up around drug addicts. I grew up around drug addicts my whole life, and I did the opposite. I was out there hustling. I vowed to never do any hard drugs because I was already traumatized by the shit. So it's gonna go either one or two ways. You're either gonna fall in that cycle or break the cycle.
Yeah, I mean, my like, bro, like my dad was in and out of my life as a kid. My mom raised two boys by herself. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
The
hell
few
yeah, I know what you
times,
mean. My
the
mom raised 10 of us dolo in the
yeah,
projects.
the few times that my dad was in my life, he was a crackhead. He smoked crack, and he would smoke crack in front of me at 13, 14 years old. I was 13.
Yep.
But what it did to me is I have never tried cocaine. I have never tried crack. I
Yep.
am deathly terrified of it.
Scared to death, bro. I was just saying the
It
same shit.
disgusts me. It
Yep.
disgusts me to see it, to see people on it. It
Yep.
disgusts me, and it all stems from when I was 13,
Exactly.
14, and I would witness
Yo, it's
my
crazy
dad
that you
doing
say
this.
that because when I was a young buck, I seen my older brother overdose, gnawed out on that heroin right in front of me. Be burning, burning holes in the couch with the cigarettes. I'd have to take the cigarette, put it
Yeah.
out, and then he'd wake up and light another one, and we would just continue that process. He died right in front of me. I seen my other brother die right in front of me. So that shit traumatized me so much that by the time I was older, and my homeboys were experimenting with that shit, I'm already like, y'all know how this story ends. I'm scared straight. Like, I got the STD, scared
Yeah.
to death type shit. Like, I'm all good with that. I know how this shit, you only gonna end up dead or in prison. I'm Gucci.
Yeah, that's a fact. And we're just trauma dumping just to show that there are many individuals with many stories and
Right.
backgrounds, and they don't grow up and become fucking sick fucks like Wade.
Facts.
So there's people from all different traumas and different backgrounds, and even overseas, not just here, like in other countries all across the world, and they're
Yeah.
not fucking growing up and fucking doing what Wade did.
All
So,
squads.
yeah, so there's no pass for that shit.
Real shit.
Listen, there are so many aspects of adoption that are beautiful.
I ain't bring nothing with
But
me.
we do in adoption
Nobody.
studies today take a bit more of a trauma informed lens because whether a child is experiencing multiple, let's say,
Let's
foster
get to
homes
that.
before being adopted, or even if they're adopted at birth, we do know that there's a certain amount of trauma that those children experience. So, really, specifically, things that are very common for adoptees feelings of loss, rejection, shame, guilt, and identity confusion, as we see. Even if they never met the birth parent, they still have this sense of why didn't they want me? Emotional behavioral consequences, anxiety, depression, attachment disorders. They have a lot of difficulty with secure attachment, and even actually some control issues. Really, where that's coming from is they feel that so much of their life was out of their control.
Right.
Yo, so hold
They
on. I
did
just
not
want to
choose
point
their
something out.
adoptive family. They did
They're
not choose to
literally
be given
doing
up for
this.
adoption.
they're literally doing this by the book, footnotes and all. Like, it's not coming from personal experience, like, you know, our narrative or whatever, but they're literally just like doing it by the book. This is what I've read about this. This is what I've heard about this. This is what I've watched on documentaries about this. And they're just kind of repeating, respectfully, they're just kind of repeating what they already had heard or read. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These are footnotes.
They're not coming from experience.
Right. This is last minute research type shit, with all due respect.
So they'll oftentimes have some control issues later in life. And now every adopted family's experiences and adoptees' experiences are different, but these are very common themes, which is why we really strongly recommend when a couple or a family adopts a child. This is very common within the literature. The phrase love is not enough. Love matters, but it's not enough. You really have to be prepared to help them navigate these issues.
Yeah.
And one little thing I will say that did sort of flag for me in that clip that we saw just there, he was born Anthony Testaseca, but we'll just call him Wade.
Yeah.
There's a dimension there of erasing a little bit of his ancestry,
Yeah.
which is part of your identity.
Yeah, exactly. So as a criminologist, we look at the why behind the crime, and a lot of it, I would say, is sociological, which is why I love having you here. But we do have to admit that there sometimes are biological and very psychological aspects to criminality as well that could be responsible for his antisocial behavior. Now, we know that his birth mother, whom he never met, but we know she was very young, just 13 when she became pregnant with him. And she was also drug impaired at the time when she was pregnant with him. Now, I don't know what kind of drugs she may have been abusing at the time, but there's the fact that Wade, as a fetus in utero, could have ingested those drugs as well. I mean, we've even seen pregnant mothers arrested for fetal abuse because they're using drugs while they are pregnant. So there is plenty of evidence to show that ingesting drugs in utero against your will because you're just a fetus.
This is just fucking speculation, bro, because he doesn't have fetal alcohol syndrome. His fucking lip doesn't connect to his fucking nose. He doesn't, bro. What are we talking about?
I mean, she was 15. I mean, really, would a young 15-year-old be drinking to the point where it would be fetal alcohol syndrome?
Yeah, like 13, 14, from she said
14,
13.
14, yeah.
Like, who the fuck is an alcoholic at 14? Like, bro.
Yeah, you experimenting at 14. You fuck around and catch alcohol poisoning at 14.
This is exactly what Ronnie's talking about. By this shit is not organic. This shit is just like last minute put together. I feel like the whole thing, I don't know, bro. We have a sociologist and a criminologist, whatever the fuck that means, discussing Wade, and respectfully, neither one of them have experience in anything besides textbook words, criminology,
research, footnotes,
like
just
footnotes,
repeating
and
what they
shit.
read. Yeah.
I just feel like they're making excuses for his actions. Let's cut
Yeah,
the shit.
almost justifying it in a way.
Almost justifying it. You can see the
Victimized,
difference
playing the
between.
victim.
Yeah, you can see the difference between the way they're talking and the way the New York Post posted about Wade.
Right.
You see, you dig the difference?
This can have long-range effects on behavior and a potential for criminality. So let's just agree that there is so much we don't know. 16, he just started struggling, right? And I don't think he finished high school. So what did he do after that?
So in adulthood, he works a series of jobs, fitness instructor. He did have a child with a woman named Rosemary, but all of his personal relationships were marked by accusations of abuse. This is a consistent theme. He was accused of physical abuse by his girlfriend, though, and this is also a common theme, no charges. But abuse is a common theme in his
Well, that's
relationship.
because we know Wade is a fucking manipulator. We know that 9 times out of 10, after he beat on that girl, he called her and was like, I'm sorry, baby. I love you. It'll never happen again. And started using his middle school game. I mean, I don't know what else to say about that. We heard it tons of times through his fucking phone calls.
And it's and while in his relationship with Mila Montanez,
we're going to see a lot of her.
We're going to see a lot of her, a woman he'd later assault and try to kidnap, but managed to get away. Wilson was arrested for domestic violence, but she again later declines to press charges.
Drop the charges. Well, we are going to meet Mila in a minute, but this kind of like
Shit.
catch and release with all of these women. He just went through women constantly. This would be a theme in Wade's adult life, and he would go to prison for all of these things that we just talked about, but never for very long, Colleen. He would be right back out on the streets, seducing women, exploiting women, beating women, and he was always using drugs and, committing a lot of domestic violence. Now, his mother, Candy, would later insist that it was the criminal justice system that failed Wade with these very short sentences, and she felt like he needed programs while he was incarcerated, drug addiction programs and some treatment for his mental illness, but she doesn't think he ever got that. So although he had this very long rap sheet for
There's no such thing.
That's what I was just about to ask you.
I'm gonna tell you a true story. When I got sentenced on my first time ever getting sentenced, I was 18 years old. I got sentenced to 3 years Florida State prison. It's my first time going to prison. Before I got sentenced, my mom went up on the stand with all my paperwork from a kid. Like I said, I was diagnosed with bipolar at 10. Went up with all my paperwork, and my lawyer fought. My lawyer was like, he has, mental health problems. He doesn't belong in a prison system. He belongs in a mental health program or some type of outreach program. Do you know what the judge told my lawyer? Judge said 85% of the prison population has mental health problems. They'll have treatment for him when he gets there. That's what the judge told my mom and lawyer. Said 85% of the prison population has mental health problems. They'll deal with him when he gets there. So I don't know. That's a big statistic.
A lot of crimes. He was never accused of murder until 2023 and that killing spree. So, as I said earlier, in October,
and no plug, there's no mental health programs in prison. There is, some prisons, they have a drug program, like a RDAP program, but it's only like a 9-month program. And if you got 5 years, what's 9 months off of 5 years? You go to a program inside the prison for 9 months, you get a certificate, and then you're back in population where everybody's doing drugs, got cell phones, stabbing each other. So
You could get your education though.
yes, you can get your education. I got my high school diploma while incarcerated. So yes, you can get your education.
2023. Spoiler alert, Wade Wilson kills 2 women. Their names, and they are important: Christine Melton and Diane Ruiz. And in between killing those 2 women in a 9 or 10 hour period, he assaulted another woman who was Mila, his girlfriend, Mila Montanez. But she managed, he tore the clothes from her body. We'll talk about that assault because it was a lot of video of it. And she did manage to keep him from dragging her into the car because she was absolutely convinced that if he got her into that car, she would also be killed. So it is a miracle that she escaped with her life. And but okay, technically, a spree killer, criminologist CJ 101 is supposed to kill 3 people in their spree. Okay, he killed 2 and 1 got away. I'm still calling him a spree killer. Okay,
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. So let's get to know Mila. She is so central to this case, and she was central star witness for the prosecution. So we have some clips from her.
Let's watch.
Mila Montanez, Wade's girlfriend at the time.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Whoa. Ronnie, did you see how it went from? She almost just said it's Wade Wilson's girlfriend at the time.
And then she
Time.
slipped in
She made
at the
sure she
time.
put that in there.
Yeah. Last
Yeah,
minute tell
you ain't tripping. She put that in there.
Always very tall, very handsome, clean cut, except for his tattoos. I like tattoos, so I was, it wasn't scary. A lot of people
would be
Now,
like, "Oh,
everybody,
that
we
sounds
interviewed
scary to
Tommy.
me. Let's
Tommy
just describe
dated
to me."
Mila first, right? Tommy dated, and he told Wade, he's like, bro, when she comes through this door, you better not try to get with her. And Wade ended up crossing
He
Tommy and
pulled the
dated Mila.
robbery. Yo, for him to even say that, knows that he already knows what's about to go down. He insecure as fuck. You gotta tell your homeboy not to take your bitch. You ain't never had her.
You ain't never had her.
Ooh,
She was
talk
never
that
yours.
shit, Ronnie.
She's
Talk
never
that
your
fucking
bitch.
shit.
You feel me?
Yeah, she was never yours.
Let's continue.
It wasn't more than maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and I bumped into Mila. Hey, Mila, what are you doing? And then she introduced me to her boyfriend, Wade. My first impression was run. The hair on my neck stood up. I got a terrible feeling. And I made a comment like, you
So
better
pause
take
this real
care of
quick.
your
We gotta be
fat
kind of
girl. You
careful.
know,
We gotta
this
be
is
kind of careful because they're playing the actual doc. I didn't know this video was gonna have the actual doc in it.
I was just thinking the same shit.
They,
I'm like, yo, they
yeah, you can
reacting
take
to
it
the
down for a
actual
minute.
documentary. You
It's
gotta,
just
Take it down.
because,
you gotta know
yeah,
some fair
they
use
might have
shit.
got permission from them, but we don't have permission.
Right.
They can shut us down.
We just gotta make
That's a
sure it's
fact.
fair use. Pause it here and there, do some commentary, you know.
Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, you want me to pull that back up or just leave it off the screen for now?
I'm with whatever. Hopefully we could get away with reacting to it, but
I
I just was
don't
thinking the
know.
same shit. I'm like, damn, they actually
Honestly,
playing the documentary.
yeah, I feel like they have rights to it, so I feel like if we let it play too much, they have
I
like
got it ready to
automatic
go.
censorship.
But yo, listen, I don't know if you guys watched it yet. I've been real busy. I just did this video to send a plug for this documentary he's working on. I'm sending this clip tomorrow about the
Yeah.
Wade Weiss and shit, but I couldn't figure out how to get it on my TV. But my fam just got it on my TV, and I'm about to be watching it as soon as the podcast is over. I'm about to watch this shit right here. So by next
Hey,
time we go live,
maybe you'll learn something, man. Maybe
I
you'll
have
learn
a good
something.
perspective. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe you'll learn something. I wonder if DVS watched it. I'm pretty sure he didn't. A lot of people are boycotting it. Like just how Melissa didn't watch it. Courtney didn't watch it either. I'm surprised they didn't get Courtney involved because she gives a different perspective. It's crazy. All right, Pino. You have a good night, man.
Appreciate that chat. It's been real. Y'all, big shout out to the chat. I'm finna smoke me a joint, lay my ass down. Y'all have a blessed night. Appreciate all the support. Make sure y'all smash that like in here, man. Smash that like. It's absolutely 100% free to smash the like button.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about Coburger real quick, man.
Shout out
Did
to
that
Rod
did,
Top.
did that nice sheet get planted right there? I mean, it's underneath the blanket. And how do you leave a whole knife sheet? How do you, like, I talked to somebody earlier. I don't know if they wanted to be on here, but they said that's like a cop leaving his holster.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
just crazy right there. But yeah, I think we should do a pre-record and definitely break that down and dissect that so I could decode some of the body language and the voice tone and the demeanor and that whole delivery. But I think it was just real basic black and white, just kind of repeating what they were reading type shit.
Oh, for sure, for sure. No, them two are definitely part of the documentary, so they had like exclusive shit too.
Inside knowledge, yeah.
Shut up, Max, you piece of shit.
Pizza shit.
No, but in these DRs too, dude. I forgot to get Pino. I had him react to it earlier on Plug Channel, but it's so funny. Him, dude. First of all, that one right there, he ain't got he needs the coaxial connection, right? And then Koberger wrote this other one, like thanking, dude. Have you ever seen this shit, dude? He's thanking the fucking guard, dude. Sergeant Martin, thank you for the printouts and the bubble.
Fucking weirdo. What a weirdo.
Oh my gosh. Max, I knew you were gay, dude. I knew it. Speaking of gay, Wade Wilson, that's one thing people forget about him too.
Yeah.
Like the Chris situation. That Chris
Yeah.
dude he couldn't kill Chris.
And he had that old
Chris
dude he
fucked
was
him up.
talking to. He got no teeth. He got no toofuses. He's gay for the stage. He's gay for pay. He's just gay to be gay. Like, it's crazy that these women are infatuated by this dude that's a straight up homosexual and he kills women. It's crazy.
You know how you had to keep like your friends, or like if you had let's say if you had like a decent looking mom, you had to keep your friends away from it, right? I'm sure there's a lot of
Yes.
guys that had to deal with that.
Scandalous
Well,
shit.
with Wade Wilson, you got to keep your dad away from Wade Wilson because he was talking to someone's fucking dad.
Yo, that's crazy. That's wild. That's wild work. That's wicked wild.
See what else I'm missing before we get out of here, man. We're winding down, guys. We're winding down. Oh, before we go, we got to we got to talk about this real quick.
We got
First of
over
all, the fight.
400 people in here. Salute to everybody. Hit that like button if you like something. We appreciate you.
Yeah, before you leave the stream tonight, guys, everyone smash the like button before you get out. And if you're watching on replay, please smash the like button. But RIP to white folks, man. A real GD.
GD white folks, salute.
And now
Because
he
I know
passed
another
it.
Mr. White Folks. He's an old school pimp, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But yeah, Mr. White Folks is a real one, man. And White Folks was getting it in, man. He was going viral for a little while too.
Now I know the bike life is big. White folks, I don't think there's circumstances behind his death that is in question. I don't know if it's his son or a family member saying that he was getting chased by the police when he died, and they
Well,
left him out there.
in a lot of states, not to cut you off, but when it comes to the bike life, in a lot of states, they got a no chase policy. They're supposed to get the choppers and the helicopters to follow you to your residence and get you like that. Because when we would pack out and they would chase us, we would always just split up and they could only chase so many of us. But usually they would bump into your bike and knock you off your bike. And a lot of people were getting hurt, injured, and killed like that. So a lot of states, not every state, but most states that are real active with the bike life, like Baltimore, Maryland, Philly, New York, Boston, they got the no chase law where they're not supposed to chase you on the dirt bikes and the four-wheelers, the motorcycles, mopeds, etc. But I got some wild, crazy videos of scandalous riders out like 50 deep on the highway getting chased by police. It's crazy.
All right, Ronnie, I see you got to go too, man. Hey, it was a great live tonight. We almost hit 2 hours.
Absolutely,
We'll be back.
man. Shout out to everybody riding with us, man. We're definitely going to dissect that video. We'll break down the body language. We'll get DVS up here. We'll get him to read what I sent to the private chat when it comes to breaking down that whole psychology of the people that are infatuated with Wade Wilson. But yeah, man, hit that like button if you like something. YouTube streets.
And
Your
Max
local plug,
Bemis,
Ronnie Blue Eyes.
Max
Peace.
Bemis needs to drop his paperwork in the chat, man. Yeah, and happy birthday, Ronnie, too.
Yeah, I
Happy birthday, bro.
appreciate you, plugger. Salute.
Yeah, let me get this guy, man. He needs to drop. Hey, Max Bemis in the chat. Drop your paperwork, homie. Drop your paperwork. We don't know who you are. Oh man. All right, we winding this down. We wind. Let's go.
Toodaloo, motherfucker!
I don't know Wade personally, but from watching his case, I believe he is 100% innocent.
He is going to get the death penalty if we don't do anything.
Find by a vote of 9-3 that Wade Wilson should be sentenced to death.
We need to free him now.
My nose to the ground and really just focus on fighting everything that I can for Wade behind the scenes because there's a lot going down.
Who did he do the interview with?
This guy jumpsuit Pablo, who's been a fucking problem. Fucking asshole about shit, like asshole.
Oh, I'm the asshole. I've killed 0 people.
So I got back in the car, and that's when he started strangling me. And when I heard that that's how he killed those women, I was like, this is like his MO. This is what he does.
Christine and I have been friends since we were in high school.
Where did the two of you meet?
In Illinois, where we grew up.
No, she always had everybody's back. She just had that personality that was really magnifying. She had this really loud laugh that you could hear it like a mile away.
Stage full name. My name is Wade Stephen Wilson. Hey.
You see photos of him, his teeth are falling out, he's losing his health. He's gaining rapid amount of weight from his unhealthy diet, from all of the money he's raised and is spending on candy and honey buns and chips.
I just got off work. You guys will never believe what just happened. My daughter just told me her best friend Brittany heard my voice on freaking the Wade Wilson documentary. And like last year I was out like doing a bunch of videos, and why did they put me on there? Like, do you know those Wade wives are insane? And now, I guess they already knew I was talking shit anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But yeah, but now more of them know, so. But I changed my ad, so maybe I'll be safe. But I'm going to put a post. I'm going to put a clip right now. Listen, look at how...
Insane. So many names, so many girls. The Wade wives are like saying the same thing to all these other women.
These girls must feel so silly right now.
They went at each other.
How can I explain myself? It ain't my fault, my bad, my sorry. I got my own.
He believes there is poison chemicals being pumped into his events by God knows who to...
We gonna end with a 5-minute moment of silence, man. You already know, man. RIP to Christine, RIP to Diane, man. That's what we do this shit for, man. Fuck everybody else, man. Fuck Wade Wilson. Fuck the Wade wives. New Age Plug. You did it again. YouTube Streets Podcast. We out this fucking bitch. And fuck greatness too, man. You're a fucking troll. Yo, greatness, stop bringing up her boobs in the chat, too. It's getting out of hand, dude. It's stalkish. You're acting like a predator.
Man, I'ma pray to God 2 months he's dead. Man, I'm gonna pray to God 2 months he's dead. Man, I'm gonna pray to God 2 months he's dead. Yo, play this shit in court, man, the jury's gonna feel this. Where they gonna kill Wade Will like the SEAL 6. Ask the last jurors in the way, case they ain't seal shit. And it's still open, prosecutors didn't appeal shit. Talking to my lawyer, yeah, I'm gonna plead a fifth. I can see Papa Steve in the crowd, he's getting pissed. I put another 10 G's on your fucking kid. We need to extradite, this the last time that he has a damn Wade wife. Yeah, he dies and Jesse cries in the end. You not my kiosk girlfriend, you my twin. I can't eat up on his damn kiosk fast in. They won't let me on his kiosk fast in. Let me get $5, let me get 10. Let me get 350 kiosk Christine. Let me get a little Fetty Bonnie Wiggins. Let me get the Jesse on the weekend visits. Y'all can keep Kelly, man. I swear she wanna kill me like Melly. It's that little socket in your belly. I wanna kill Wade Wilson over and over again, like Tim McGraw and Nelly. I say he's worse than R. Kelly. All the dudes he's fucking, yeah, you know Jesse Jelly and the tools they tucking, cause you know I stay ready. Yeah, this.
That's an old school shit. We out of here, though, man. Shout out to Frog, man.
Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from an inmate at
Want it, finna take it. Give it up, there's no debate.
recording and monitoring. To accept charges, press 1. To refuse charges, press 2.
nigga been walking with Satan. Yeah, nigga been walking with Satan. Chain gang robbery. Want it, finna take it. Give it up, there's no debating. See blood in my eyes, that's what it is. Cause a nigga been walking with Satan. Staying out my sights where you ought to be. I walk in nightmares with the call to me. Give it up, and no stopping me. This what you call chain gang robbery. If I want it, finna take it. Give it up, there's no debating. See blood in my eyes, that's what it is. Cause a nigga been walking with Satan. Staying out my sights where you ought to be. I walk in nightmares with the call to me. Give it up, and no stopping me. This what you call chain gang robbery. You got bread this week, I need all that. $100 in the account, I'ma see all that. Jack boy or a thief, I could be all that. Got shanks and locks, wanna see all that. Nigga don't act hard, just gon' hold your jig. See the bread rolls around on money, it hits. Slide up to you at the window while you collecting shit. Want it all, might leave you a super chip. Same time every week, better be there. Have my people send a message, make sure that it's there. Time for me to collect, bring the shit over here. Cause you can tell that my face don't make me come over there. I'll run up in your room, put my shank in your neck. Swear to God, I'll wet you up, better show me respect. I'm hitting licks like nothing, break bread with dogs. Putting on for Eastside, David, this K-Fraud. It's a robbery, nigga. Heard what I said, I got some names I won't say. Most of them dead. For that tunchi mind, nigga, there's a price on your head. Take the shit out your locker, throw it all on my bed. You got a daughter back you up, I don't care what you click. 2 lockers to fit both y'all shit. See me in the cut jamming, smoking the rip. Getting tighter with the money that your people are sent. See on the streets, I would've bust you. But in prison, I come cut you. Real talk, my nigga, you know what it is, and I won't stop till I touch you. So I'm coming through with that plexiglass long boy, and I'm gon' gut you. You the true definition of a buster. Cash on that fraud won't front you. So just break it off before you on the ground. Kicking and screaming like Usher. I leave your shirt covered in all red like hot dogs with no mustard. Extortion status, put it in my count. And in my dogs, that's double. Don't like what I'm saying, nigga, catch the wall. Better know what you're doing, let's rumble. Jailhouse blitz, just saying word. Niggas run up in your shit and you'll freeze up. Free bands, just watch the window, let's see who hits. Time to re-up. All the niggas used to ride with was fearless just like lions. We knocked down bears and wolves, nigga. My first month I got my stripes in. See, that's mine, you know it, nigga. Maybe holding it, but I own it, nigga. Got a real bitch side and I'll show it, nigga. Think about checking in where you going, nigga. No matter where you going, there you can't escape. And everybody fuck with me, come a face's gate. Dorm check, you feel good. Glad you're gone, some niggas show up to your dorm with a mess for frog. Ha ha, dog, I'm the best. Finna be this way till I EOS. Take it how you want, nigga, yeah, I'm a pro. Fuck around, I'll bust your lot while you're at Vizzo. I hate to be this way, but I live for the moment. Waking up every day, show me an opponent. Shanks on deck, hitting bitch with lock. So much pool, I can even start you from the box.
Okay, Flames, if you drop music, then we'll do a versus battle with you and K-Frog. I'll go grab K-Frog's best 5, your best 5, and we'll have an honest, non-biased. We'll have judges. We'll see who the better artist is. I think, hey, I'm not going to take anything away from your rapping ability. I'll tell you that for sure.
You don't want to pay rent, got me bent. Got lax on deck, your money was well spent. Vultures on the prowl, so don't try testing step 2.
But no one's trolling over here, so I don't know, man. We don't post people's kids and shit like that. Not saying you did, but the fucking big old belly dub was posting my kids early today.
That's finessing, you a hold down man. Suitcase this, my cell phone and my charger don't walk with a limp. You get it knocked off or missing, you gon' get it. Next time I see you ass, you gon' leave airlifted.
That's gonna be a hard one to beat, though.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a hard one to beat. K-Frog got a hit right there, man. Chain gang.
I do it for God and the fam. My homie Travis lost his hand. He could have died from that sand. Where I'm from, a lot of people, they don't make it out of that land. Is she a woman or man? She got me so confused, this ain't part of God's plan. I'm speaking that Draco out of the ride, I'm killing the demons. The devil, I'm zipping them up, I know that hater been scheming. Keep it on my waist, I leave it to faith, you gonna be leaving soon. And shout out to God, I wouldn't even have a chance to be speaking to you. Let's talk about some way shit. I know some bitches that wanna get a hold of a way, why make their face change? Ain't gon' leave they facelift. I try to talk them out of it, but there ain't no convincing. I ain't gon' be there when it happen, there ain't gon' be no witness. Whoa, 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 whoa. Way down.